Here's Dorofeev with some space. He scores! Jack Eichel once again. Under 2 minutes remaining on the power play. Pass or cross. Score! Second of the night for Dorofeev. Marner, the return for Eichel. Back across Dorofeev. Score! It's a hat trick on opening night for Pavel Dorofeev. Now Panarin. Panarin towards the net. Comes out in front. Score! It's tucked in. And the Rangers take a 1-0 lead. Alexei Lafreniere.
Hedman moves it over to Oliver Bjorkstrand. Now they've got it set up. Here's Point. Drops this one off in front for Bjorkstrand. Scores! Power play.
Puck deflected in by Alexei Lafreniere to open the scoring tonight. Lafreniere back out. Snyder with a shot. Score! JT Miller. Puck sent down towards the empty net and in.
Vegas 0 for 1 tonight. And 2 power play goals last night. In front, Dorofeev shoots. He scores! What pass?
Carrick, they go cross-ice, good stick there by Adam Fox, and now the Rangers look to start out 2-on-1. Here's Carrick, he has Zibanejad with him, finds Zibanejad and scores! Left side for Edstrom, looks to get a step. In front is Rempe, that shot stopped by Shelovs with the left pad. Now the wrist shot by Fox, they score! Matt Rempe getting some power play 2 time here. Here's Shuri, off the boards, walks it in front, they score! Will Cooley in front.
You can't do that. And the Rangers are going to power play.
They've scored a power play goal tonight, courtesy of Will Cooley, and they score another! Cross ice, Vakanainen stands up at the red line. Rangers go the other way. Here's Sam Carrick. He's got Rempe in front. Rempe shovels it on goal. He gets knocked in. Now the puck is in. We'll see if it counts.
Okay, we're going to take what happens here is Rempe, the puck goes off him.
Dug out by Crosby. Brunick can't hold in. Laba pokes it past Brunick and takes off. Possible 2-on-1. Laba looking for Radish in front. They score!
Marner around for Eichel. Stone in behind the net. Now Dorofeev a drive and he scores!
Here's Laba coming out from behind the net. Centering pass. Stolarz lost the stick. Snyder with a drive. Score! Parson setting up in front.
Mitch Marner trying to feed it out. Zach Whitecloud has it on his stick. Now Marner a lead pass, able to spring Dorofeev into the net and he scores! There he is again. Pavel Dorofeev with number 6 to time. Lafreniere stepping up through center. Stick check. Puck collected by Fox as he feeds Panarin. Fox across. One-timer score! Mika Zibanejad! Fox for the wall. Final seconds of the carryover time on the power play. Fox, blue line, scores! Tipped in front to tie the game! Boy, if Miller connects cleanly with that, it's labeled. Panarin for Robertson, a drive, he scores! Matthew Robertson, his first career NHL goal! Puck sent back into the middle, and Mitch Marner starts it out. He'll flip it inside the zone. Dorofeev has a step. Pavel tuck it on and he scores! He put it in one hit.
Now Carrick out to Radish. Radish, long wrist shot. Score! Rangers control. Here's Fox. Now Lafreniere. Lafreniere cross ice. Score! Mika Zibanejad. Carried back across by Sherry. Sherry out in front. Score! Push it in. Ties the game at 3. Back around for Celebrini. Lost the puck. Here comes Radish. Has Zibanejad on his right. Radish moves in, shoots. He scores! Shots 23 apiece. San Jose leading 5-4. Miller slides it across. Radish scores! It's a hat trick! Taylor Radish ties.
Winterton not out. Held in by Ekholm, who's tied up by Ben Myers. And finally, the Kraken get out of Dodge. Winterton walks in, sets up Cartier. He scores! Ty Cartier!
Rangers quickly control Noah Laba. Dances in, he scores! Noah Laba, his first career NHL goal!
Keandre Miller to injury. Played the game against Vegas. Has not played since. Will Carrier injured. Backhander from Dorfman, but he scores! Jack Eichel knifing his way to center. Lost it to the blue line, but then was able to get it to Theodore. Dorfman lets it rip, and he scores!
Here comes Zibanejad with Cooley. Will Cooley back in front. Zibanejad scores! Nice play by Cooley, who flipped the puck up the boards to himself. Cooley moving in, Dietz. And then Snyder scores! Braden Snyder cuts the Edmonton lead to 1. Rangers send out Sherry with Radish and Parson in once again. Here's Taylor Radish moving in with a shot. He scores! Radish ties the game at 3. 2:15 remaining in overtime. Nice move by JT Miller down the right side. Moves in, shoots, and scores! It's an overtime winner. JT Miller.
As a tip blocked by Larson. Rodzinski picks it up out of the corner. Feeds Fox across to Gavrikov. Wrist shot, score! Rangers clear the puck to the red line. Beniers tried for the quick reload. Poke check by Laba. Here comes Cooley. Save, rebound, score! Here's Miller. Gaining the red line. Gaining the blue line. Miller passing. Cooley scores! Rangers win!
On this first power play unit. Here's Panarin for Zibanejad. Back out for Cooley. He scores! Puck played by Panarin. Panarin across. Flipped in front. Score! Noah Laba back home! Canes had numerous opportunities tonight. Now Lafreniere looking to gain a step on Edmondson. Moving in and scores! What a move by Alexei Lafreniere!
Both those wins on the road in San Jose and Boston. And to go to 3-0 on the road this year. Dorfman with a wrist shot and he scores! There it is!
On it for the Rangers. Now Fox. Up the middle, Zibanejad. Looks to split through. Moves in. Dinks. Scores! Rangers regain. Here's Trocheck. Out to Gavrikov. Moving in with a shot. Score! Rangers must regroup. Here's Trocheck. Now Perreault. Lafreniere moving in. Score! Moves it up the boards. Carried out by Lafreniere. 3-on-2. Here's Laba. Noah Laba. Cross-ice pass. Score!
Backs it out for Fox. Fox has a lane, steps in, now shoots with a screen off the back. They score! It popped off the end boards right to Will Cooley. Rangers coming off their first home win of the season Monday against Nashville. They scored 6 times as Mika Zibanejad steals it. He winds in, waits, gets it across towards Miller, banked in! Twangity ran right into Carson Soucy.
And he looks stung. Oh boy.
He is slow to get up. Meanwhile, Lafreniere with an open look and he scores! Gordon with it on the board. This is cleared out. Will Cooley trying to get to an empty net, and he will. The 7th goal of the night.
Getting another stick. Fox again to hold the zone. 35 seconds left in the power play. Panarin walks in, hands it off. Zibanejad scores!
And Marner out top, walking in, has some room. His shot to the save, Gustafsson. Rebound, score! Pavel Dorofeev buries it on the power play.
Point couldn't get it to go. Canucks try to shop the empty net. Now Marcus Pettersson will as well. And there you go. The last team in the NHL to get one, according to DT. And the Canucks have a 6-2 lead here in Tampa as Marcus Pettersson.
Panarin wrist shot. Perhaps looking for a tip. Panarin straight on. Talbot the save. Rebound. Score! Zibanejad right.
Davidson for Gallagher. Off the wall, Matheson faked the shot. Valeno shoots, score! He's got one! Joe Valeno!
Who's checked by Connor Bedard. Gaudreau pins it along the boards. To the point. Montour. Freddie Gaudreau. One-timer. Montour tipped right on. They score!
Cartier was in front of the net as well.
Puck knocked ahead by Wedgwood. Kept alive by Trocheck. Fox slides it across. Miller scores! Back out to Fox. Now Zibanejad. Into the slot, Trocheck. Zibanejad for Fox. Fox shoots. Score!
Across, trying to find Bjorkstrand. It gets there. Back up top. Here's Kucherov with a shot. And rebound. Scores! Oliver Bjorkstrand.
Gavrikov holds it in. Carsonen pass for Zibanejad. Zibanejad walks out from the corner. Sauces across. Gathered by Fox. Shot. Score!
Battles all over the ice. That's how the game is played when it's...
Score! Gavrikov from the left point! Now carries in deep. Swings one towards the net. And Anderson got the stick on it. Now it's Lava with some room. Shoots! He scores! Puck comes to Seth Jarvis. Now Shane Gostisbehere. Bouncing puck. Zibanejad with pressure. Picked up by Cooley. Shoots to the empty net and scores!
Well, the Rangers have only had 3 power plays in their last 3.5 games. Now they get 3 in a row. Panarin, one-timer. They score!
Well, that's
it's Zibanejad. That may have happened. And it hit off of Jeannot, who was in the crease, making a problem for his goaltender. Panarin, Zibanejad scores! Middlestead, they give him some room. He sends it to the front. It's poked away. Pinching in is Lindholm. Can't come up with it. Lafreniere with an empty net. Waiting. Got it! Kicked out by Korpisalo. Both Pastrnak and Zacha finished the game on Wednesday night on Long Island.
Barely.
That's a shot they tip and score. Trocheck got it to the net. Gavrikov was in the vicinity.
Boston College, former teammate of mine in New Jersey.
Here's Fox moving in. Score! Moves it into the corner for Will Cooley. Back behind the net, Lafreniere, and then out to Panarin. Panarin, quick shot deflected, saved by DeSmith. Cooley scores! Mika Zibanejad. Back out for Artemi Panarin. Panarin shoots, kicked out, rebound, score! Gavrikov with the overtime. Up the boards. And Panarin sends to center. Here's Miller, joined by Zibanejad. J.T. Miller, cross ice, Zibanejad scores! Maintains control. Now Miller, out to Snyder. Now Gavrikov moves it and shoots. He scores!
Robertson a drive. Loose puck, Zibanejad scores! He wouldn't miss that one! Mika Zibanejad on a loose puck. Tight turn against Eichel. They'll slide it off the boards. Panarin drifting back to the line, cycling Zibanejad across. Lafreniere hits the crossbar, and that apparently went under and in.
To Eichel. Power plays over. 6-on-5 now. Stone out top to Marner. Marner holding, feeds it down low, deflected, and Dorofeev scores!
He waited for somebody else.
Gensel, he's got time, puts it across, lots of time, scores! And there he is. He didn't waste shooting that one. Oliver Bjorkstrand with a goal. To try to get that one right back. As the Devils once again have made it a 3-goal game with just over 4 minutes to play. And in front, Bjorkstrand scores!
Sherry had the puck taken away, and then he kept it in the zone for Will Cooley. Cooley to the net. 2 opportunities. Lava scores! Hanging on to the puck, taking it into the dirty areas, and we saw it there. There's Robertson with a shot. Now Cooley looks to back it in. He scores! Now Matheson chasing with Sherry. Sherry cuts it off behind the net. Sherry back out to the point. Push up by Robertson. Save. Rebound. Score! J.T. Miller. Trocheck setting up in front. Panarin for Trocheck. Back out to Zibanejad. Now Miller fires and scores! He scores!
That plane out might open up Hurdle in that slot.
Here's Marner off to Dorofeev, but he scores! Pavel Dorofeev buries it.
A Hall of Famer, no doubt.
Yamamoto goes across. Durzi scores! Sean Durzi's tied it at 3.
Evans-Veleno continue to work. Jake Evans in the corner. Bouchard trying to poke it away. McDavid there. Give it away. Veleno! Score! What a goal! Off the turnover, Joe Veleno.
Panarin off the side of the cage. Now Panarin looking for Lafreniere. Puck comes to Robertson, who fires. That's blocked. Score!
Tied up by Pesce. It pops out. Stone. Dorofeev scores!
Take it away. This is a very dangerous team shorthanded. They got 6 shorthanded goals. Here's a pass in front. Save Forsberg. Rebound. Scores! Oliver Bjorkstrand with
as one of the Ranger power play goals in the absence of Fox. Score! Will Cooley beats Binnington. On the power play, we are tied at 1, and it looks like it was deflected in front. Gabe Perreault got a piece of as Gavrikov leaves for Trocheck. Back into the St. Louis zone. Trocheck for JT Miller. Miller shoots. He scores! Miller does it again! For Zibanejad. Back out to Scott Morrow. There's Zibanejad. Morrow straight away. Zibanejad fires. Score!
Has the puck out high. Walks it down a little bit further. Out top, Hanifin lets it rip. Save Ingram. Rebound, score! Pavel Dorofeev buries it.
Bjorkstrand, Radish. Kucherov, Gensel. Across, Bjorkstrand scores! Oliver Bjorkstrand!
Chisholm overskated it. Rangers have an opportunity to skate it out.
Nice job once again by Laba, though, along the boards. Wins the puck battle.
Brodzinski across, and the Rangers score! Passing down low for Trocheck. Cooley parked at the net front. Trocheck across. Zibanejad to Cooley and put in! Win over St. Louis Thursday in overtime. Win in a shootout over Philly. Played to the front by Radish. They score! Played back to the point. Morrow, a slap pass. Guided away by Frank to the corner. Panarin walks out. Shimmy shake. Panarin turns, fires, score!
To the back of the net. And bang, bang, the Rangers have a 4-3 lead.
Now Trocheck. Lafreniere setting up in front. Panarin for Gavrikov. Score! Rangers trailing 3-1. Under 5 to play. Middle period. Here's Zibanejad. Back out. Fox scores! Now Perreault on it for the Rangers. Under 2 minutes to go. Here's Schneider with Rempe. Snyder's shot, score!
Give to Bowman, got tipped away by Falk. Now Bowman picks his pocket. Dorofeev trying to move it out in front, and he scored!
Panthers get some fresh penalty killers on the ice. Panarin back into the Florida zone. Puck comes across, they score! Penalty expires. Ekblad returns. Trocheck hit the ice. Here comes Lafreniere, slides it across. Score! Bennett flips the puck, bounces away from Marchand. Zibanejad with it, shoots for the empty net, and scores! The first ever Winter Classic hat trick. Looks to clear, held in by the Rangers. Here's Trocheck. Back across. Zibanejad in front, score!
Nick Schmaltz brings it in. Schmaltz out high. Durzi tried to get it across. And now Krause for Schmaltz. They put it home! Sean Durzi!
Here comes Panarin. 3-on-2. Panarin surveys. Panarin slides it across. Zibanejad scores!
Now he's played the Blues 5 more times, Schmaltz has, than Keller. And Schmaltz is shot off the end boards. He'll get another look at it across, and they score! And Sean Durzi!
Rangers have dropped 5 out of 6. Bruins in game 2 of a 5-game homestand. Off the mid of Swayman, center, score! Mika Zibanejad! Zibanejad trying to retrieve it. He settles it down. Banks one back for Gavrikov. Trocheck for Zibanejad. Down low, net front, Miller scores!
Coming down to a minute left on the first power play of the game for the VGK. Into the middle, here's Dorofeev, and he scores! Hurdle tap.
Fourth line on the ice for the Kraken. And now it's Panarin for Zibanejad. Out in front, score! There's Martin. Crowd reacts again to the outlet pass to Zibanejad. Carried across by Perreault. Now Miller. Back to Perreault. He scores! Mario with the puck once again. Broken up by JT Miller. Outlet pass, Zibanejad with Perreault. Zibanejad, Perreault, he scores! Now Morrow. Down to 15 seconds on the Ottawa penalty. Block shot, Lafreniere has it, he scores! Here's Panarin. Panarin, cross-ice pass, shot by Lafreniere, score!
Roll off his stick, Eichel holding, ultra patient. Marner, one touch.
Cowan, the youngster's got 7 goals in the year. He sits in the box.
Here's Marner cruising in. Marner passing, it goes in. Dorothea.
Eagle at the top of the circle. Back pass. Radish. Kucherov. Bjorkstrand scores! Bjorkstrand has tied the game.
Extending his point streak, and now Zibanejad makes it 2-1 Rangers. Zibanejad beats Kolosov. Morrow over for the Rangers. Back out to Trocheck. And now Panarin. Cross-ice pass, score! Zibanejad! And that's a Rangers record. Career power play goal number 117 in a Rangers. Shots are 13-10 in favor of the Rangers. Here's Miller, cross-ice pass, score! It is now 5-1. Mika Zibanejad.
Yossi walks it into the middle. Long wrist shot. Marner blocked it out high. Golden Knights looking to get moving here. Marner has Dorofeev coming. Marner walking in to Dorofeev, and he scores!
Perreault keeps it alive. Miller, defended by Mintyukov. Back out for Robertson. Has room. Score! Down low, Trocheck. Back to Panarin. Gavrikov with a blast. Score!
Or get into the pile or have some communication with the strong side D there where someone has to play center field and back out.
Now Scott Morrow with some room. Score! With the 10-game streak. Here's JT Miller for Zibanejad. Centering pass. Score! Rangers with 36 shots. 2 goals on the starter, Darcy Kemper. Score! JT Miller with a blast from the top of the right circle.
Eichel on the boards. Marner and around for Theodore. Down low. Dorofeev put it on net. Score! That kick through. Swings it up ahead. Lauzon trying to keep it in. Marner dodged. Dorofeev looking. Shot off the post. Rebound. Dorofeev scores!
Pick of the Boston Bruins gets himself back in the lineup here tonight.
Off the draw. Shot by Vakalainen. Score! Good back check by JT Miller. Miller for Zibanejad. Leaving it for Perreault. Perreault, cross-ice, Miller scores! Minute 15 remaining in OT. Tied at 3 at the Garden. Here comes Matthew Robertson. Robertson to the net. He scores!
And now Carrier. Broken up. Dorofeev on the move. With Bowman 2-on-1 if they can hurry. Dorofeev walking in. His shot and he scores! Makes his way through center ice. There's the Vegas goal tonight. His team leading 23rd. Came in the first period. Hutton at the point. Long wrist shot. Top score! Pavel Dorofeev again!
Was there. They're brought right back. Michael Carcone. Across it goes. Utah. And they get it right back as Sean Durzi deposits one past Bobrovsky.
Gavrikov to the outside. Miller creeping into the circle. Zibanejad scores! Bounced in. Radish. Chips for Lava. Loose puck. Radish darts to the net front. They score!
Now Gavrikov shoots in. Miller over to play the puck for the Rangers. Out to Gavrikov. Now Zibanejad fires and scores!
4-on-3, the Rangers get it set up. Lafreniere up to Zibanejad. On the move, Miller. Down low, Lafreniere. Save made by Skinner. No, score! It's Smith behind him. Alexei Lafreniere. Now Trocheck looking for his second. Instead, it's Brodzinski. Room up top, Braden Schneider. One-timer. Score! Gavrikov. Lobbed pass Robertson. Trocheck arrives first to Lafreniere. Scores! The second for Alexis Lafreniere. So JT Miller leans in. Across the line. Away from Wotherspoon. Lafreniere has to get it to the net and does. Score on the rebound. Cooley.
Gensel back to the line. Kucherov. Gensel a shot. Puck free at the top of the crease. And they score!
It's worked right back to Radish. To the half wall, Kucherov. Radish, there's the drive. St. Louis rebound.
In that first matchup, as it'll be played around and in behind the net. Alex DeBrincat.
They score! Right off the hop. Sean Durzi.
Now the Myers got there first. Marner with the body on him. Smith in there too. Marner comes away with it. Moving it down low. Marner trying to center it. And Dorofeev scores.
Off past Bjorkstrand. Whips it all the way around the boards. Amorka. Couldn't clear.
Eichel out top, long wrist shot sails wide. Dorofeev with 13 power play goals to lead the team. Around for Eichel. Down low, Stone walking in front, and Dorofeev scores!
Without Noah Hannafin and Shea Theodore on the back end tonight. Here comes Lazinski in with a shot, missed the net, and then Dorofeev scores! Out to the left point for Anderson. Across the crease, Dorofeev scores!
In this building, he's from the suburbs of New York in Westchester County. Grew up a big New York Ranger fan.
Out in front, they score! Lafreniere off the feed.
Minute 18 on the New York power play. Pittsburgh leads 2-0, nearly midway through the game. Miller. Crowd wants a shot. They get one and they get a goal. Second period ended with the edge in play for New York. But Pittsburgh still hanging on to a 2-1 lead. Here's Gavrikov walking in. They score!
Gavrikov with the opportunity off the stick of Verslikins. Now Cooley sends the puck towards the net. Out in front, score!
Players in that play was the guy that was just traded to LA and Artemi Panarin. So it's funny how it all works.
Perreault scores! Here's Trocheck. Pass out in front, score! Perreault ties it!
Couple of lengthy stretches with injury. Doan, hands broken up. Dorofeev looking to move. Dorofeev has a step. On the moment, he scores!
Puck now carried out by Will Cooley into the Maple Leaf zone. Pass was blocked off by Stetcher. Out it comes to Schneider, a shot, score!
Of their club, and it is if they could keep them both healthy.
Here's Radish in with a shot. Score! Gavrikov puts home the rebound. Now Zibanejad. Here's Gavrikov. Hit off the stick of Fox. Knocked down by Zibanejad. Shoots. He scores! Under 10 minutes remaining. Here comes Amelosh. Amelosh to the net. He scores! His first National Hockey League goal! Brian Boyle was working that game with us. Here's Lafreniere. Zibanejad. He scores! Rebound. Leafs looking for a penalty. Puck played by Cooley. Shoots for the empty net. He scores!
To Eichel. Bowman down low, trying to center it like a block. Second chance, backdoor. Dorofeev scores!
As a goaltender, were you thinking ahead to try and maybe confuse a shooter? As Gavrikov with room, a drive, score! Tipped in front. Worked over by Siegenthaler. It pops onto the stick of Markstrom, and he couldn't control it. Trocheck can. Pivots at the half wall. Radish bumps up top. Shot, score!
He'll get it back. Radish dishes off, and now it's Nikita Kucherov. 2 points already tonight. Pass across, scores! One-timed in by Oliver Bjorkstrand.
Here's Sherry. Now Cartier. Cartier moves it out to the point. Robertson with a drive, knocked out by the glove of Ladar. Rebound, score! Now here's Edstrom in on the forecheck. Centering pass, Zibanejad scores! Across for Zibanejad. Here's Trocheck with a shot of the save by Vladar. Zibanejad, Lafreniere, he scores! 3-0 Rangers. Alexei Lafreniere have the man advantage. Here's Fox for Trocheck. Trocheck in with a shot. Score! Perreault gives the Rangers a 4-1 lead. Now Perreault, Lafreniere. Just over a minute to go on the penalty to Cam York. Here's Trocheck, down low, Perreault, back out to Zibanejad, he scores! Now it's 2 3-point games in the last 4 games that the Rangers have played.
I think he's starting to get comfortable.
Gavrikov scores! 6-1 Rangers.
Fox to Zibanejad, his slap shot scores! Lafreniere redirects it home, and that's career point number 800. Lafreniere over the line, leaves it. Fox glides, passes off the backboard. Zibanejad to Perreault, touch pass, Lafreniere, a slam dunk! In the twilight of his career. There's a breakout for Lafreniere and Perreault. They want another one. Perreault, Sauces, Lafreniere scores! There's the hat trick!
Velarde got the stick in. He is sent to the box for hooking. Koepke looks to clear. Held in by Zibanejad. Now Fox with a drive, he scores! Alexei Lafreniere on fire since the Olympic break. Third in the league in goals. Score! Lafreniere crossing in front. Borg in the shot. Lava replaced by Sherry. Sherry wins the draw. Here's Schneider. Now Robertson, score! Cartier crossing in front. And now the Rangers come out. Zibanejad with Lafreniere. Lafreniere across, broken up. Lafreniere keeps it alive for Schneider. Down low, they score! Gabe Perreault. Trocheck knocks the puck ahead. Cartier dives. Deflection ahead for Lava. Noah Lava, nice move. That is empty. He scores!
Driving wide on Solovyov. Now Hurdle in deep. And a move to Bowman. Puck pops loose. Korczak looking. Dorofeyev scores! He'll leave it. Koivunen broken up by Dorofeyev. On the move, it's Marner with help coming. Marner, Hurdle, Dorofeyev. Marner, Dorofeyev scores!
And now the Rangers start up ice. Penalty time winding down. Outward pass from Lava to Gabe Perreault. Cross ice. Lava, score! Puck flipped around by Cartier. Stepping up is Gavrikov. Drops it back to Connor Sherry, who has a point in consecutive games. Fox towards the net. Score! Cartier!
Edstrom continues to use that big reach from the center ice position.
Now the lead pass for Hamelos moving in. Backhand shot and scores!
And here's Eichel. Golden Knights looking to break the ice. Stone to Marner. Dorofeyev scores! Out high to Marner. Long wrist shot. Tip save made by Knight. Rebound score! Pavel Dorofeyev with a slam dunk.
That shot goes well wide of the net from Lafreniere. Lafreniere, his pass. Out for Gavrikov. Rister scores!
Holding on to pucks, and that's something the Rangers got to do here as this game goes on.
Here's Mika Zibanejad walking right in, scores!
With it for the Blue Jackets. Pass picked off, and now Zibanejad with Provorov hustling back. Zibanejad, score!
And they sense a little blood in the water, and the Rangers struggling with the puck. They're on it. There we go.
Up by Fox, score! Traffic in front, the Rangers connect. Prior to game number 1,000. Centering pass, JT Miller tied up. Puck comes to Cartier, he scores! Miller sends it back out to the point, Fox, and now Zibanejad. Cross ice off a skate. Now Zibanejad tees one up and scores! Miller over to Fox. Just past the midway point, second period. 3-0 lead for the Maple Leafs. Lafreniere scores! Now Lafreniere again, out to Fox. Fox fakes a shot. Here's Lafreniere. Zibanejad, score! Here's Lafreniere. Outlet pass. Perreault in front. Zibanejad scores! His second of the night. Waiting for teammates. Drops it off for a shot by Schneider. Bedard couldn't play the rebound. Sherry slides it across. Score! JT Miller got a piece. Slides it across for Robertson. Towards the net. Blocked off in front. Puck is loose. Rangers keep it alive. Score! Matthew Robertson for Trocheck. Here comes Cooley with Sikora. Cooley slides it across. Sikora scores! His first National Hockey League goal! Off the draw, puck comes to Fox. And now Zibanejad. Here's Miller. Adam Fox towards the net. Score! Lafreniere. Scored by the Panthers. Pass from Gavrikov, knocked away from Lava. Here is Fox. Score! Sikora cutting to the net. Now Tkachuk, 4 minutes remaining. Here's Verhaeghe, shot blocked by Borgen. Puck is sent down towards the empty net. In! Zibanejad into the slot, Trocheck. Now Fox with it once again. Here's Zibanejad. Circles, finds Fox. Fox to the far side, in front, Miller score! Assisted on Mark Messier's final goal.
Yeah.
Here's Snyder, shot deflected to the way in, score! Pavelec! Perreault moves the puck around for Fox. Now Gabe Perreault towards the net, score! The finish by Zibanejad! Rangers lead 4-1.
6-2 goal, and well, the Canucks have played a really good game here. Now you're struggling for your life.
Here's Besser and a shot. Score! Marcus Pettersson, just his second of the season.
Here's Lafreniere. Lafreniere wrists one, puck loose. Comes across to Fox. Score!
Makes a play up the boards.
Now here's Brodzinski. Dropping it back for Trocheck. Brodzinski towards the net. Score! Cooley crashing the...
Still trying to work it free. Coleman couldn't get it out. Good keep in by the skate of Marner. Marner walks it out high. Dorofeev drive and he scores!
Shots even at 4 apiece. Gavrikov lets it go. They score! Tipped in, out in front by Hamola. Zibanejad, 33 goals this year for Mika. Robertson for Zibanejad. Centers one. They score! Detroit 88 points. 7 games remaining, including this one. Brodzinski, they score! A tap-in power play goal for Gabe Perreault. For a hat-trick bid for the rookie.
100%. That's what he's going to try it again here, too.
Yes, here it is. Gabe Perreault. He scores! A hat-trick for the 20-year-old rookie. Fox, Miller. Again, they moved the puck quickly, but it hopped off the stick of Lafreniere. Zibanejad, they score! JT Miller tipped it in. Pestered by Dubois. Brodzinski moved it to Schneider. From the dot, they score! Tipped in by Will Cooley. And New York leads 3-1. Here's Trocheck. They've done a good job on the kill lately. They've killed 17 in the last 18. Cooley scores!
Training's not that fun the older you get.
Melosh dropped it back for Lava out in front. They score! Adam Sikora couldn't get possession. He's killing with Wilson as the forwards, Roy and Faravari. They score! Adam Fox through a crowd. And credit to our terrific research department working hard in a 7-1 game. Cooley, hat-trick, and he scores!
On the first, Miller to Fox.
Score! Lafreniere with the redirect. Off the blast from Adam Fox.
Perreault and Byram going after the puck. And the Rangers emerge with it. Fortescue ahead. Lafreniere with a step. He scores! Leads the Rangers with 15 power play goals this season. Power play that's brought to you by Genesis. Fox pulls the trigger. He scores!
Dumoulin pressured by Rossi. Puck comes free to Besser. Dishes off. Marcus Pettersson shoots off a skate and in.
But it has ping-ponged back and forth with Vegas, Anaheim, and how about the hot finish to the season by the Kings? That shot, score! Dorofeev!
You know, more time in the offensive zone. Don't have an awful lot on net to kind of validate that.
Robertson scores!
Rangers back into the Florida zone. Lafreniere defended by Forsling. Score!
Eichel to Stone down low. Gonna go back door. Dorofeev, a wrist shot, and he scores!
42 games in the American Hockey League with the Syracuse Crunch this year. Zibanejad moves it across. Score! Ty Cartier. Throw the lines in a blender, and they've been consistent in the last little while as this is banked to Cartier, who roofs one. Walks across, exchanges with Perreault. Rangers making a change in the attacking zone, and Perreault scores!
Chaffee digs it out. There's a shot. Garon makes the save. Rebound is shoveled in. They're the Lightning on the board. And it is Bjorkstrand out of a...
Oh, hit in the corner. Comes out to Lafreniere. Score! Mika Zibanejad. And Lafreniere ties a career high in point scoring.
Dorofeev on this line with Jack Eichel and Ivan Barbashev. Eichel able to fend off Weegar. Beat it out in front to Barbashev, and Dorofeev scores! Eichel, 1 minute to go in the first, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Eichel in the corner, Hurdle, pops high in the air. Loose puck, Dorofeev, a chance, and he scores! Puck down on the wall, Barbashev moving it. Theodore, pressure, good work to keep that in on Stenlund. Dancing his way down low, feeds it in front, and Dorofeev scores! Theodore gloves it to keep it in, now Marner. Theodore looking, Eichel a drive, save Pavelka, rebound, score! Pavel Dorofeev for the hat trick!
Marner for Eichel. To Theodore. Looking for the one-timer shot. Score! On the rebound. On the doorstep. Pavel Dorofeev.
Shot. Nice stick work by John Carlson on Hurdle. Stripped by Dorofeev. To the middle. Shot! Score! Couldn't make contact. Eichel has it. Eichel looking. Across to Barbashev. Deflection. Score! Dorofeev is the hero!
Just about 3 minutes gone in the third period of Game 6. Vegas leads the best-of-7 series 3-2. A steal, a shot, they score! A stinging wrister by Pavel Dorofeev.
Hey, you're going to see that a lot here out of Vegas. It's going to be below the goal line on every play.
Dorofeev swings it in! Pavel Dorofeev!
Eichel looking for options. Played it to Hurdle. Now Marner trying to cut to the middle. Badgered by O'Connor. They score! Dorofeev, another. Here's Eichel. Out in front. They score! Pavel Dorofeev, the goal. He has been a stalwart. Theodore weaving down low. Backhand rebound, score! Pavel Dorofeev. It's 4-2 with 6:11 to go.